picture is worth 1,000 words. A Kamala Harris YouTube video included black pastors, bishops, and gospel singers standing up with her. But the problem we saw immediately, right away, almost like a line drawn in the sand, Kamala stood up to defend abortion. But how can you be pro-abortion and pro-Jesus Christ? He protects the unborn. He protects life. I heard prophetically, my bishops, Vashti McKenzie, look at what she does. Do they not see? Do they not have, I heard, the common sense to know and to stop and think, is this God? Is this what represents the church? It's okay that you say that there. Bishop Vashti McKenzie, indeed, Jamal Bryant, so many of those pastors and prophets and gospel singers too, so sold out, they're laying their names, they're putting their names down on the altar to try to reinforce these ungodly ties, ungodly principles. Bishop Vashti McKenzie, indeed, so many of those other bishops too, and look at Jamal Bryant, how they are going to fall down before me when they see what God does, when I expose, the wickedness, the evil that was corruption that was behind these financial systems trying to sustain God, but through ungodly altar calls, a tainted, watered down version of the doctrine of God, and they expect me to stand on that. They expect this to be my house. You said it right about why I let the Philistines carry me away. Carry me away indeed, because there were ungodly altar calls there, just like there are now, and what I'm exposing. What are they doing? They're trying to lean on ungodly altar calls, just like Jacob's hip. They're trying to lean on, it's like they're saying, my flesh cries out to me. But they have ungodly altar calls that they're trying to do. They're trying to bring. You have a remnant standing there, and they're standing up for me, and I am positioning them, and some for greatness. But these ungodly, and I tell you, for some, it is going to push my people to the brink, but they must not fall down with them. Indeed, they must stand. You must stand with the remnant. I tell you, I want all God's people, I want them falling down for me. I want them standing up as the bride, as the remnant, as the ecclesia, as you said, standing up for godly principles. Many are not prepared for what they're about to see, but oh, my remnant, my people, what God has for you. Now you're going to see their witchcraft all fall down, all their ways. Remember that verse and that song? There's a song there too. If my ways are pleasing to the Lord. But I want you to remember something. And Hikaroshi, I hear in the background, and as a reminder, don't walk away. Hikaroshi doesn't want God's people to walk away. And that news is suddenly coming in soon too. But that all fall down. You will see the change that comes, the change that I bring. It's like a changing of the guard as I hand things over to some. They will see what I mean. The Vashtis, how it's the Vashtis, how I bring forth the new Esthers. Just be very cautious, be very aware and alert about those things. Substantial losses, that they're going to see significant losses for how they tried to come against all my people. Watch and see what I bring. A background on this. I have a little history here. When I was in my teens, my family attended Jamal Bryant's church. But back then, he was a teenager, and his father, Bishop Bryant, was the pastor. I met Jamal and would see him and his sister, Joy. We'd hear powerhouse messages from speakers like Bishop Thomas, Walter Thomas, Jackie McCullough, and sometimes Vashti McKenzie would visit or speak. Jamal was in a different clique, but I'd see him at church. I wasn't a preacher's kid per se, but we were at church all the time. Every event, revival service, overnights. We were there for most occasions and had our meals there. But it's a reminder, when God brings us out and he separates us, we have to come out from ungodly soul ties. And some in the church are not doing that. This is not meant to come against anyone, but we have to be cleaner for God and so sold out to Him.